My friend, if someone tells you their house, then that for sure is a thing. And what you need to know and what you need to understand, it's not just a conversation. It's a way of being. It's a way of living. You have to really be into the vibe of house to understand exactly what I'm saying. But once you're in the house, there's no turning around. There's no coming back. There's nothing like this anywhere on this earth. This is Chicago house. You can feel it. It's everywhere. What? This is Chicago house. And you see, house is bigger than just one thing. It's more than just music. House is a way of being. You be you, and let me be me. This is Chicago house.
Sweet Home Chicago, SeatGeek Stadium, and the Chicago House on the hunt for their first ever home win tonight, hosting San Diego 1904 FC. Our pre-match preview is presented by Chicago Center for Orthopedics at Weiss Memorial Hospital. As always, great to be paired up with my guy, Dason Robinson, former MLS Cup champion. And what an opportunity tonight for Chicago to own the house and pick up their first ever home victory.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity that you mentioned, Dan, and I'm excited to be here. I know Chicago is excited to be here to try to get their second win in a row. So let's see what they put out there tonight.
We take a peek at the NISA Fall League standings, now getting into the nitty-gritty of the regular season, and we take a look at those NISA Fall League standings. A good result last week for Chicago, getting that road victory.
Yeah, it's very important for them to get that first road victory against 1904, and I know once again they're looking to get start their winning streak and the second victory against 1904. Back-to-back games for them, so let's see what they do tonight.
Our NISA Fall League standings presented by Eat Clean Chicago, the official supplier of team meals to Chicago House Athletic Club. Is opening kick almost here. Chicago House trying to climb that table a little more, and a little further separation from 1904 FC. We'll have starting lineups and a whole lot more when we return to SeatGeek Stadium.
At Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, it's our job to make the complex simple. When your life is sidelined by an injury, surgery, or a condition keeping you from doing what you love, our services aim to get you pain-free and fully functioning. We truly care about our patient outcomes, helping you achieve your goals and improve your quality of life. Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. Love your life.
We know the thrill of pushing your body to that ultimate high.
And we understand how injury brings the most painful low.
Whether you suffer a tear, a sprain, a break, or the effects of time.
The sports medicine team at Weiss Memorial Hospital gets you moving again.
We treat Olympic, professional, and amateur athletes, student athletes, and everyday people seeking active lives.
Our expert physicians and nurses diagnose your problem and provide state-of-the-art, non-surgical, and surgical treatment.
Physical therapists and rehabilitation experts guide your body back to the motion you want and need.
There's no injury too big
or too small.
Because when it's your body,
your passion,
your mission to get back to doing what you love,
the sports medicine team at Weiss Memorial Hospital will get you there.
This Chicago House Athletic Club broadcast is brought to you by the Chicago Center for Orthopedics at Weiss Memorial Hospital, by Nike Soccer, by Physical Therapy and Balance, and by Eat Clean Chicago.
spectacular fall evening. Feels like the summer. Near record high temperatures in the Chicagoland area, and almost ready for opening kick between Chicago and San Diego. Take a peek at our starting lineups presented by Nike Soccer, and not much change in CJ Brown's side, considering that they've had 2 positive results, including that 2-0 victory over San Diego last weekend.
Yeah, Dan, I think it's important that we keep it consistent. It's important that Chicago stays focused on what they're doing, and when you have success, you want to keep success. So you have the starting 11 with 1904 with Cortez, Caparelli, Shadon, Vasquez, and somebody to point out, Des Dunes is a key player that Chicago wants to focus on. And also Benito, the midfielder Benito is also a primetime player for them. So we want to make sure that we watch out for both of those players tonight.
And these are the gentlemen wearing Chicago House shirts that are going to be responsible for dealing with San Diego. Familiar names we've seen all season.
Definitely. Once again, I think one of the keys to the back line is David Abidor, and since he's been in the lineup, he has been a key for them and this defensive prowess that they've shown in the last few games. And obviously Drew Conner racking on lineup after a little bit of an injury, and Ciro and Woj are obviously super important for this team. So I think it's going to be a great night for these guys, and it's a great lineup to go out there and get a result.
It was a great night last Saturday night, a 2-0 victory for Chicago House, and they were jumping around, celebrating. It was nice to see House start to connect around the goal, because that's been one of the bigger issues lately.
Definitely. Woj, once again, is always a key player for this team, is a key player and will always be, and they need to continue to find him as they found him on the cross. Solid finish from Woj, and Musa Morris got on the scoreboard as well, so looking forward to another great outing from Chicago tonight.
Really look at those highlights from last Saturday in San Diego, and some nice service and some nice finish as well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, a lot of chances came from crosses tonight. I know CJ Brown talked about continuing to get the ball wide and get crosses in the box to get the quality opportunities for them, just like Woj scored on. Great save here by Novotny. And here's the goal from Woj last week, so they're going to look to replicate that tonight, man. Musa Morris, a dynamic player for Chicago, and it's a great finish right there. Hopefully at some point in time he'll find himself on the field and get another one for them as well.
Look at our keys to the match.
First key is to continue to play soccer. Coach CJ Brown talked about them actually playing soccer, being patient, possession, not rushing, keeping the ball at their feet. The second super important key to this game is 3 players, Woj, Ciro, and Morris. All right, I think those are 3 key players, especially Morris coming off the bench. And then the mindset. Can they build off of this victory that they got against 1904 last week? Can they take that momentum, that confidence into this game, and do their best to get a result tonight?
Yeah, CJ Brown saying earlier this week that it wasn't a fluke. They've been playing this way for 3 games. They were just missing point-blank shots. And when you score goals in soccer, things go a lot smoother. As they're off and running here inside SeatGeek Stadium. Chicago House wearing the white shirts tonight.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a special uniform tonight with My Block, My Hood, My City. A great program here in the city of Chicago. So I'm glad the uniforms look great, and hopefully the performance will be equal to that.
Yeah, we'll tell you a little bit more about that as the night moves on. A little bit of a cool breeze in the air. But still very warm temperatures here for approaching mid-October. Ian Ciro, number 30, bit of a newcomer for Chicago House, and CJ Brown was raving about him this week, saying he caused a drastic change for his side.
Oh, straight ball through.
Now House.
Cross. Can we get on the board? Yes! Yes!
They're the man of the moment, Ian Ciro, and it just took a minute tonight.
Great cross into the box. Started from a ball from Louis Bennett. get the cross from Mateo Kidd to get across, and now Chicago is on the board 1-0 in the first 2 minutes of the game. What a great start by Chicago.
Their confidence will continue to swell.
Chicago House Ball, presented by Eat Chicago, scored by number 30, Ian Sherrill, and the first bullet play.
So we saw Louis Bennett score the first ever home goal. Here he helps set up an early goal for Chicago House as they are on the hunt tonight for their first ever home win in their inaugural season.
Dan, you just talked about Ian Sherrill not too long ago, and the difference maker that he's been for this team. On the board, getting on the board, getting on the end of a cross in the first 2 minutes of a game is fantastic for this team, and I think they're going to continue to build on that.
Yeah, people following the team and the coaching staff, really, that he's been the man of the match most of the few games that he's participated in.
It's like our early yellow card on Des Dunes from 1904.
The youngest player on the team, and by a lot of reports, the most talented as well. C.J. Brown even saying he has got a bright future, this young man.
Looks like he got into a little confrontation with Anthony Bowie on this right side of Chicago House field.
Caparelli will bring it back into play for San Diego. Des Dunes. There's Bowie right on him.
See, Des Dunes has a little bit of flavor to him, a little bit of sauce, as they say. We'll see how we'll see what this matchup is like tonight. Bowie versus Des Dunes on this right-hand side for Chicago House.
Yeah, his head coach Scott Morrison says he's on the ball a lot and he makes things happen. Cross, Michael Novotny gets his hands to the ball for the first time tonight. He's kind of been the backbone of this team, especially when they were struggling to score.
Yeah, he was one of the ones early on who was definitely keeping Chicago in a lot of games, and when some of the mistakes were happening throughout the field, he was one that was essentially making up for those mistakes and giving Chicago an opportunity to stay in a lot of the games that early on in the season.
Yeah, a few weeks back, Chicago House secured a draw at home, their first ever point, and he had some big stops late.
Yeah, C.J. Brown talked about he's been making big saves all season, so it's very confident. It's a great feeling to have a great netminder back there. You know he's going to make big saves when necessary.
Should mention Austin Rogers was the keeper for San Diego last weekend in that 2-0 defeat. Alfredo Cortez between the sticks tonight. Well done by Bowie to help keep possession along with Drew Connor in the midfield. Hoffman got a foot to it. Wojcik out wide. So a bright start for Chicago House AC so far. Still early times. And for this San Diego side, and talking with their manager, Scott Morrison, young manager, just 37 years of age, and also has some connections with Frank Yallop. But just like we saw Trevor James a few weeks ago, Detroit FC's manager as well. It seems like a lot of connections, 6 degrees of separation of Frank Yallop with a lot of these teams. But Scott Morrison was saying that this team has been a little frustrated, and it sounds like Chicago House from a few weeks back is they can't score and they get impatient and start taking chances, and it ends up in the back of their goal.
Yeah, well, when you sticking to a strategy or a game plan and it's not quite working as well as you would like to, you tend to try to do different things, right? And sometimes those different things do work, but in this instance, for 1904, It seems not to have been working as well, and I think their coach just wants them to just stick to the game plan, know that they're going to have success if they continue to focus on it.
And much like the house we heard of from about a month ago, is just slowing down that rhythm sometimes. You don't have to play 100 miles per hour, and then the decision making is a little simpler.
It's certainly chess, not checkers, Dan. So it's a long game, 90 minutes. A lot of things can happen in 90 minutes, so you don't need to, as they say, throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Cerro, nice play to get possession back for Chicago House. Sam Strong out of Northern California. He's a big player for San Diego, number 24. The 50-50 ball, Chicago House gobbles it up. Right now, not a lot of sustained possession by either side. Pitch looked a touch long, but looks gorgeous as usual here inside SeatGeek Stadium.
Yeah, looks fantastic.
It was Derek Huffman who felt that he had his shirt pulled in the penalty area, was pleading his case.
Some high pressure from Chicago. Trying not allow them to find a rhythm and play out the back.
Louis Bennett was a part of it. Picking up the pieces there is Drew Connor. Bowie along the near touchline. It will be a throw for Chicago. Nice to hear the drums banging in the background. Anthony Bowie had the sublime service on that Wojcik goal last week. It's David Abador. Saw him off the bench earlier in the season as he gained his fitness and full health, and now becoming a regular starter, number 5 back there.
Yeah, once again, he's been so key to settling this defense down.
There's Derek Huffman down the far side. Huffman into the penalty area, and that's launched over the crossbar.
Huffman getting behind the defense, finding Mateo Kidd, and looks like he tried to hit it with the outside of his foot. Shanked it just a little bit, but still another great chance and opportunity for Chicago.
Here we spoke about that nice service from Bowie. It was Mateo Kidd that made a nice play on that goal to open things up for Anthony Bowie and Wojcik.
Yeah, it looks right now Chicago is just frustrating 1904. Closing off passing lanes and pressing pretty high, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for 1904 to get out of it, but looks like they found a little way right now.
And that's what they did last weekend. For a moment you saw Desdune forced to go backwards, and that's what they did last Saturday in the victory. Forced that dangerous weapon to go the wrong direction, but now he's going the right direction for San Diego. Wolfgang Prentice drops for Caparelli. Desdunes with a beat towards the goal, trying to get it back. Drew Connor intervenes in Chicago House, trying to counter now here, or at least get out of trouble.
Well done by Huffman to hold that ball up, and now Chicago's going down the left side.
But lead runner is Wojcik. Be a goal kick here. 12th minute.
Chicago's finding a lot of great opportunities down this left-hand side behind the line. So 1904 has got to do a little bit better organizing themselves and tracking players. There's 2 times they've come down that left-hand side and had 2 opportunities.
Like the mindset from Chicago House, picking up points against teams nestled next to him at the bottom of the table. They necessarily weren't popping open the champagne bottles on the way home from that victory last weekend because they know they need to do it again.
Yeah, for sure. It's a very interesting situation where you play the same team back to back. You know, in other sports, right? Playoffs. You know, you have a little bit of a playoff series, and you kind of get used to a team and traveling from one city to the other. So this is a different, unique opportunity and situation for both teams. Obviously, 1904 is looking to get some revenge this game.
Louis Bennett splashing it out wide, just keeping that ball in Kozelik.
Great touch for Kozelik.
Low service, but rolled right into the keeper, Cortez.
So again, that left side, Dan, that left side is open for Chicago. They need to continue to take advantage of it.
It's funny, a bad habit has reared its ugly head tonight again for San Diego. They had a bad stretch early in the season where they had allowed early first goals, and here they allow a goal just a minute in.
You know, Dan, you want to start the game well. You want to end halves well, start halves well, and obviously you don't want to get under. You don't want to go down so early, right? Because now you're playing a totally different game. Now your strategy has to change. Your mindset has changed just a little bit because you're down so early and you're fighting so much. So they got, at some point in time, they have to fix that. They have to shore up that back line and or just as a team, the mentality. Look, you cannot let a goal in the first 5 or 10 minutes and then build from there.
That's the smooth voice of Dason Robinson. I'm Dan Kelly along with our crew. Good to have you with us. Just a little south of Chicago, SeatGeek Stadium. In the heart now, right now, of the NISA fall season. 10 teams. Been pretty much confirmed that it's going to go to 14 next year.
It's great. That's great for expansion, great for the league, great for this country.
More opportunities and more of a schedule that resembles Major League Soccer, where you start late February or early March and you end in the fall.
Yeah. There's so many good players in this country. So many different regions and talent levels, and I'm glad to see the game continue to expand and more players getting opportunities.
Not just the players as well. We look at a guy like our own C.J. Brown, his first chance to be a head coach.
Definitely. I'm excited for C.J. I know he's had an interesting year thus far, but I'm glad he's in this space and in that spot.
We said he learned a lot earlier in this year, a little soul searching to maybe go a little easier on the guys, especially when they're struggling, because they're frustrated too. Wojcik is fouled. Free kick on the way for Chicago House.
Jonathan Caparelli's chopping down Woj just a little bit. It's like a little bit unintentional going for the ball, but he did make solid contact with Woj.
Louis Bennett on the restart. They say he's a character both on and off the field here, number 21 Bennett, who possesses. Just overshoots out wide with visions there of Kozelik. A reminder for the latest league news and standings on the NISA fall season, log on to nisasoccer.com. Press coming from Cerro. Hurriedly kicked away by Cortez. 1904 FC trying to get forward now.
If 1904 can beat Chicago's press, I think they'll definitely provide themselves some opportunities to get crosses in and get some shots on goal. The key is finding that one pass or connecting with your teammates. 1-2s, giving goals and beating that press of Chicago.
Desdunes leading ball, just leading him a little too much. He couldn't catch up to it. young 20-year-old showing a little frustration. Things have kind of been quiet after that early opening strike from Cerro. Sam Strong back for it for San Diego. Lingering in the vicinity there is Derek Huffman, just looking for a mistake. Cerro pressing as well. Quick ball movement. But it's Avador back protecting for Chicago House. San Diego now still behind the ball. It's their first sustained possession here, and it leads to a foul from Chicago House. Wolfgang Prentice.
Yeah, I think you hit it right on the head, Dan. If San Diego has to maintain possession, right? When high pressure comes, some people rush, they panic, things like that. But these are pros; they can handle it, right? They can contain the ball. They don't have to rush, and as they maintain their patience, things for San Diego will develop.
Switching it side to side now, San Diego on the attack. Desdunes brings it down softly with that left foot. Caparelli into the area. Novotny, the save and the rebound off the side netting.
Wow. A bit of a cross from Caparelli, and Ozzy Ramos tried the spectacular with the bike. I think it was the right decision. I mean, he may have had a little bit more time than he realized, but he tried to get it in. Great play by San Diego thus far. They're starting to find their foot in the game.
Well, a reminder, Chicago House AC will return home on Wednesday, October 20th at 7:30 p.m. to take on Chattanooga FC. Spend your Wednesday night in the house. Single match tickets are now available at chicagohouseac.com/tickets, powered by tickets.com.
Cutler with the little foul on Teo Kidd. But here's the thing. For 1904 to get back in this game defensively, they're going to have to continue to do what they just did, right? Which is disrupt play, a foul here, a foul there. Let Chicago know that it's not going to just be an easy night. You're not just going to find all this joy on the ball. Sometimes you got to send a message and let them know, let the other team feel you.
Sulia. Huffman taps on to Drew Connor.
The ball in. First time.
Cerro underneath it, launches that a little high.
Great layoff. Didn't come to Cerro's favorite left foot. It's on his right foot, but great build-up play. Great setup there.
He has helped change this team, and something else that we should mention happened a while back is C.J. Brown utilizing two forwards has helped this attack as well.
Yeah, Woj got himself a little bit of help up there. He usually would be by himself up top. But with Derek Huffman up there to assist him and occupy another striker, makes it a little bit more challenging for the back line for other teams.
Taking the initiative there, Drew Connor, but well played by Desdunes, motoring forward for San Diego. San Diego a little bunched up along the near touch line. Caparelli was creating the danger minutes ago for San Diego. Really their only good look so far. 22 minutes in, Desdoon from distance doesn't get that blast through the wall.
We got Desdoon's cutting in on the inside, playing on the left wing here, and he's a dynamic player, and quick feet, a little shifty. So once again, as C.J. Brown talked about, he's a problem.
Yeah, he's been going forward a few times, and that can be a problem. There he is. Was asking his coach earlier this week, Scott Morrison, this seems NISA. It seems to be a young league, and he agrees, and he thinks it's going to continue to trend that way and just get younger.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the NBA, right? You look at other sports. They have teenagers coming in. They have younger players, 19, 20-year-olds playing, and those younger players are amazing, right? They do make a difference. So once again, more and more opportunities for players who maybe college isn't the route for them, but they're still quality players, and so they can get an opportunity to get some quality minutes in a professional environment.
It's been a good first half so far for Drew Connor, making some good subtle plays in the midfield. Cerro, Wojcik to Anthony Bowie. Bowie swings it in behind everybody.
Looked a little similar to last week, Bowie with the cross.
Hit from the same spot virtually. Just a different result. There's Bowie again. Chips it into the penalty area. Drew Connor. And ends up right at the keeper, but why not give it a try? And that's the word, taking the initiative. I've noticed from Drew so far, 23, 24 minutes in. A few times he's really taken the initiative.
Yeah, he played a great ball forward to Woj, and Woj laid it off to Cerro for the opportunity there. Great opportunity to shoot there from Drew, so he's on the right foot.
Cerro now trying to open things up. Derek Huffman prances into the penalty area, and a little half chance, but still a busy keeper, Alfredo Cortez.
Yeah, maybe he could have, put his foot on the ball, maybe looked up, pulled it back, or even crossed it. But nevertheless, a shot on goal. You never know what could happen. Got to make the keeper make a save. So put it on frame, and what if he makes a mistake?
It's like night and day, though, from the final third, that at least creating some chances, the Chicago House team, from what we saw a month ago.
Definitely.
This is Ramos for San Diego. The captain spots Caparelli. The schedule will get more congested later in the month for C.J. Brown and Chicago House, sprinkling around different minutes, different rotations for matches, I'm sure, upcoming.
Yeah, C.J. talked about that earlier in the week, how the depth of this team is going to be very important, getting some guys some minutes. A lot of games coming up, as you mentioned, and your team has got to be relatively deep. You got to be able to rely on a lot of your players, if not all of your players, especially when it comes to the amount of minutes that players are putting on their bodies.
Louis Bennett almost helped Chicago House keep it. Desdunes. Yeah, he's certainly on the ball a lot. Just tentatively looking for an outlet. Bowie marching down the near side.
Ball in.
Give it a hit, doesn't get through. Kozelik keeps it on the deck. There's Louis Bennett hustling to hold possession.
That's great play right there by Louis Bennett.
The supporters applaud it.
And that's what it takes to win. You got to be willing to do that dirty work and that hard work, not just going forward, but defensively as well.
The cross just leading a little too much. But House as Dason touched upon it, they're fighting to keep their possession here at times.
They are, and the fans are responding as they enjoy it. They enjoy that pressure. A little softer cross from Kozelik over there, and I think that's in the back of the net. But they are connecting passes. It's been a great first 27 minutes for Chicago.
I feel like I'm in South Africa watching the World Cup with some of those sounds coming out of the supporters section.
You gotta love it, though. I know a lot of people don't always agree with certain games. You gotta love it. Different countries, different demographics. It's a wonderful thing.
Speaking about the World Cup back, I think around 2010, and those games would start at 5, 6 in the morning, oftentimes, or earlier.
And people were up.
Of course. There's Prentice in San Diego, trying to find their rhythm here on the road. Caparelli. This is Ramos.
Good ball.
Rising up, but just couldn't meet it. And away, Anthony Bowie in Chicago House now looking to counter. Cerro, still a long way from goal.
You slip him?
Oh. He's looking for Wojcik.
It's good action right there on the counter. Almost found Woj after trying to slip the ball to him, but good action from Chicago.
Cerro has now drifted to the left a little bit. The foul spotted by the man in the middle. Here as we approach the half-hour mark. House now spreading things out a bit. Patiently back to their keeper, Michael Novotny. They scored in the first minute on a goal from Ian Cerro. Drew Connor was eyeing Anthony Bowie. Instead, it's Desdoon the other way.
It's probably gonna be a card. Yeah.
The yellow card comes out. On Drew Connor.
It's the right thing to do in terms of the foul, but I know Drew's upset with himself for giving that ball away. Tried to switch it over to the right side to Anthony Bowie, but just mishit and had to bring Desdoon down.
Gasping for air here in the 31st minute. A lot of running. Free kick here for 1904 FC.
Interesting to see what kind of ball Ramos puts in here. Or is he going to try to sneak in and shoot it?
Tried to sneak it in and shoot it, but couldn't get it through the wall.
Kind of lined himself up a little differently, so I wasn't sure what he was going to do.
Ramos goes down in the area, and right away the referee says that's not a penalty. He lumbers up.
Great touch.
And all of a sudden, San Diego looking to create danger. We see the fall in the box.
Nah, he wanted it. He wanted it. Yeah, tripped his own self up, but definitely no foul there. Good job by the referee.
You see the conversation there with Ramos and Desdoon, the 20-year-old. Some touch of tension maybe in this discussion of philosophy and the approach of this free kick.
Sometimes you do have that, right? You're two strong personalities and two players with quality on free kicks and their different abilities. So
Ramos providing the service there off the free kick. Now pops it back into the penalty area, but right to Michael Novotny, who clutches it. So Bowie also a yellow card. He's in the books along with Drew Connor.
Interestingly enough, it's both fouls on Desdoons, who once again is been a bit of a problem for Chicago. Try to handle, but what happens when you do that though? What happens when you continue to foul and knock and hit star players or players who have a lot of ability? It frustrates them. It gets in their psyche, and so it throws them off their game. So we'll see how those continued hits and fouls on Desdoons affects them the rest of the game.
Well, fans, do you want to take your game to the next level or stock up on some Chicago House AC gear? You can visit our website at shopchicagohouseac.com, your home for your Chicago House AC fan needs. Tearing forward, here's Drew Connor, eyes the goal. Spreading that ball around, Wojcik, Louis Bennett, taps it out wide, Kozelik feeds it into the penalty area. Knocked away by San Diego, and they want to move up the field. On the prowl tonight for their first ever home win in their inaugural season, Chicago House AC so far so good with the 1-0 advantage. This is Vasquez.
Over the top. It's a real good bout of possession for 1904. As you can see, they obviously kept possession, but one of the most important things they did was switch the field. Not sure if everybody heard it, but one of the players was yelling out there, "Switch the field," and so they can see it. I know I can see it. It's important not just to maintain possession, but keep the ball moving from side to side. And that's what they did. Got a potential opportunity on frame.
Yeah, they've played their best soccer here later in the half after getting over that initial shock of absorbing a goal just a minute in. See fun watching Cerro. He makes the game move quicker, and he always makes himself available as an outlet. Here's Louis Bennett and Michael Kozelik. Drew Connor keeps it on the deck. Cerro pops it up into the air. Huffman searching for it. Sulia back for Chicago. Here's Cerro. Drops it off, and having to wait for that pass is Bowie. Back to Cerro, making the overlap. Dangerous cross. Kozelik again back into the penalty area, and that is headed wide. Chicago House looking dangerous around goal again. Is Huffman with the most recent header in front.
Initially, Lucero with the right-footed cross, and nobody able to get a hand on it, but Kozelik with the left-footed cross and put opportunity on frame. They got to continue to stick with what's working, which is getting the ball out wide, right, to either Bowie or Kozelik, and they're getting chances. They're getting chances. Yes, they will have to put another one in to continue to keep the pressure on 1904, but the chances are here, Dan. The chances are here.
Would anticipate we'll see Musa Morris off the bench, considering that he scored a nice goal off the bench versus San Diego last weekend. But that's still a long ways to come here. Still in the first half, 38th minute. Gomez back to collect. Desdunes would like to switch here. He's perched on the left side of the field, the most dangerous player for San Diego tonight so far. Pressing forward there is Louis Bennett. Caparelli has been shouting for the ball a few times. Kind of lost on an island along the near side. Now he shirks loose in pursuit. Caparelli gets it back, and the cross just leads Wolfgang Prentice a little too much.
That's actually a really good cross from Caparelli. Couldn't quite get on the end of it, but that build-up play on this left-hand side, give and go, 1 and 2 touch is pretty amazing from 1904. So they got to stick with that plan. They got to stick with that plan.
He didn't lead him too much there, Deson. As now it's Huffman going the other way for Chicago House, but back to defuse the situation with Sam Strong.
Well, I think the cross in terms of pace and idea was where it was. I obviously missed him a little bit just in front of him, but the touch was there, the idea was there. So I'm happy about it. If I was their coach, I'd be happy about what I just saw. And I would also tell my team, we're still in this game.
Yep.
And this is not an opportunity to lay down, or we shouldn't lay down at all.
Yeah, because Caparelli created that chance out of nowhere. Sulia. He's a big kid. They've been working on his footwork. Number 32 for Chicago House on the back line. Drew Connor back to help him out and also involve the keeper. Connor picked up a cautionary yellow card earlier in this half, along with Anthony Bowie. Ramos.
At times, Chicago's playing a pretty high line.
Here's Desdunes, now creating some space for himself. Unable to get it into the penalty area. Cerro, nice play, beats one man. Was looking to spring Huffman, but San Diego secures.
As I was just saying, Dan, Chicago's playing a pretty high line, and if one of the forwards, if Benito or Wolfgang Prentice can change up their runs a little bit, check in, one go behind, they'll be able to get past this back line.
This is Caparelli once again. Pass was behind Prentice. Chicago House is able to gobble it up, looking to turn up the field. 42nd minute, they lead 1-0. Wojcik on the right. It's the leading runner. This is Kozelik.
Probably next 5 minutes or so is going to be a pretty crucial 5 minutes for both teams as they go into the half. Are they going to let up a goal, Is either side going to let up a goal? That can change the momentum and the mentality of the second half for sure. So both teams need to lock in and make sure that they stick to their game plan one way or the other.
Cerro draws the foul from Kadeem Say. So much energy to his game, Cerro.
It's good to be young, fresh, vibrant.
In a profession where you're considered old when you start to hit the ripe young age of 30.
The proverbial age of 30, yeah.
Louis Bennett preparing for this free kick. Scored the first ever house goal a few weeks ago, a few feet closer. Kozelik is also lingering around the ball for Chicago.
Kozelik looks like he's lining this one up to hit a nice one. We shall see.
Kozelik, the left foot, well off target. So the final few minutes of this opening half from SeatGeek Stadium in Bridgeview, Illinois. Home supporters appreciating the efforts. Wojcik settles for Drew Connor. Anthony Bowie just trying to keep that ball in play.
Whoa. I personally thought it was off his shoulder, but the referee saw it different.
And he agrees with you as well. San Diego trying to find some momentum here late in the half. Just hear the constant communication on the field, and most of it involves positioning. Now a turnover here. Chicago House trying to jump on it, but Gomez and San Diego recovers right away. There's Wojcik, clever little back heel. Drew Connor keeps it rolling forward. Cerro trying to switch it out to the left side. 1904 FC now on the ball. No minutes of stoppage time will be added. We hear the whistle right at the 45-minute mark. Tremendous opening first 45 minutes, considering Chicago House seeking their first ever home win tonight, and it's a good start when you score just a minute into the match.
Yeah, I think any team in the world would take scoring that early on, and obviously the fans are appreciative of the effort and the work, and obviously the goal that they've scored in the first half to be winning right now.
So a great start for Michael Novotny and Chicago House AC. They lead San Diego 1904 FC 1-0 at the break. We'll have a whole lot more when we come back to SeatGeek Stadium.
This is Chicago House. This is Chicago House. This is Chicago House.
At Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, it's our job to make the complex simple. When your life is sidelined by an injury, surgery, or a condition keeping you from doing what you love, our services aim to get you pain-free and fully functioning. We truly care about our patient outcomes, helping you achieve your goals and improve your quality of life. Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. Love your life.
You've got enough things to worry about. Snooze the notifications. From the award-winning makers of The Little Dreamer. Introducing Snooze, the bed-in-a-box mattress for the whole family, so you can snooze like a baby. Only from Moonlight.
Welcome back. Our halftime show presented by Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. For information on physical, visit physical.com. Hanging out with my guy, Dason Robinson. I'm Dan Kelly. Welcome back to the broadcast booth. And overall impressions from Chicago's perspective on the first 45 minutes of play.
I thought it was a great 45 from Chicago. I think it was excellent from them. They came out with a game plan to attack and high press, and they've actually done their job, which is put the ball in the back of the net, and I'm excited for them. We have Derek Huffman with the crossover to Ian Cerro, who put it in with his right foot. He probably would have preferred it on his left, but the ball's in the back of the net, which is important. So great build-up in the first 2 minutes of the game.
There, Huffman puts it on a platter there. And there were more opportunities from both sides. And that's the best look you try probably for the visitors all evening.
Yeah, and as you look forward, right here, you have Des Jones, a quality player for 1904, and he's been fouled a few times, and that's because he's dangerous and he's dynamic, and they're trying to neutralize him as best as possible. But it's been a great first half from Chicago. Also been a pretty solid half from 1904 as well. The game is relatively even. I think Chicago has been on the forefront a little bit more, but just 1904 is still in this game.
Yeah, a good ad for NISA Soccer. Saw some quality plays, especially around the goal for both teams. As we look around, having some fun on the field. Our halftime highlights presented by Nike Soccer. We look at the league scoreboard. Some other games completed already were the later games tonight. And Detroit wins the Battle of Michigan, it appears. They keep rolling. New Amsterdam FC with the decisive 4-0 victory, and Stumptown involved in a 0-0 draw. As the standings are tight in these matches, everybody looking around to see what others are doing.
Yeah, definitely. You have two teams right now with Chicago and 1904 down towards the bottom of the table, and tonight they're both looking to get a result. Obviously, Chicago trying to have a 2-game winning streak to get 6 points in 2 games. That's what you're looking for, and 1904 just trying to get back on the right track. So it's going to be a great second half. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and a reminder, Chicago House's next home match, October 20th, they'll host Charlotte. That was a rescheduled match as the shenanigans continue here on the pitch. At the break, we'll have more when we return to SeatGeek Stadium.
You've got enough things to worry about. Snooze the notifications. From the award-winning makers of The Little Dreamer. Introducing Snooze, the bed-in-a-box mattress for the whole family, so you can snooze like a baby. Only from Moonlight.
At Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, it's our job to make the complex simple. When your life is sidelined by an injury, surgery, or a condition keeping you from doing what you love, our services aim to get you pain-free and fully functioning. We truly care about our patient outcomes, helping you achieve your goals and improve your quality of life. Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. Love your life.
We know the thrill of pushing your body to that ultimate high.
And we understand how injury brings the most painful low.
Whether you suffer a tear, a sprain, a break, or the effects of time.
The sports medicine team at Weiss Memorial Hospital gets you moving again.
We treat Olympic, professional, and amateur athletes, student athletes, and everyday people seeking active lives.
Our expert physicians and nurses diagnose your problem and provide state-of-the-art, non-surgical, and surgical treatment.
Physical therapists and rehabilitation experts guide your body back to the motion you want and need.
There's no injury too big
Or too small.
because when it's your body,
Your passion.
your mission to get back to doing what you love,
The sports medicine team at Weiss Memorial Hospital will get you there.
Well, My Block, My Hood, My City is tonight's community partner of the match. What's something simple I can do that will have a positive impact on my block? This phrase is at the core of what My Block, My Hood, My City is all about. And tonight, we honor M3's efforts in cultivating deep connections to communities and the people within them. Visit our merchandise tent on the main concourse to purchase a special Nike Challenger jersey that features M3's logo on the front. $5 from each jersey sale will be donated directly to M3, and find ways to get connected with your fellow Chicagoans by visiting their website for myblock.org and the social media accounts.
After thanking them and building relationships, having that communication, whether it's a text or a DM, or when people send you stuff, hey, good luck here, it's a tough loss, you'll get the next one. All those things matter, and all those things make it for a better experience for myself and for the community. We play soccer on the field, but see what we can do off the field and see what we can kind of do to help the community grow, not change it, but grow.
Have a social calling to set a good example for other people, for younger kids in the community, to enrich it and add to it, while also respecting the culture and the history within that given community.
I find the best way for me to be able to do that is through coaching.
It just like brings everybody more together. It's just beautiful.
Because as you start to get older, you realize how much has been given to you to get you to where you're at. Outside of your family, there's just a lot of people that you might not give credit for in the moment that really do take care of you and look out for you. So to return that favor is tenfold. It feels great.
Giving back and helping the community that actually supports us is extremely important. I think it's almost like we're fans of them because they're the ones that are really doing the everyday work. We're out there having fun playing soccer, and they're supporting us. So it's good for us to come back into the communities and support them that are working the day-to-day jobs that are really hard.
At Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, it's our job to make the complex simple. When your life is sidelined by an injury, surgery, or a condition keeping you from doing what you love, our services aim to get you pain-free and fully functioning. We truly care about our patient outcomes, helping you achieve your goals and improve your quality of life. Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. Love your life.
You've got enough things to worry about. Snooze the notifications. From the award-winning makers of The Little Dreamer. Introducing Snooze, the bed-in-a-box mattress for the whole family, so you can snooze like a baby. Only from Moonlight.
I think what makes championship teams are the core players that can work. Being in Chicago, it's not hard to find those guys.
Just a bunch of familiar names, and we're gonna try and build a core. We're gonna show people what Chicago is about. it's always been that thing like, oh, what could it be if we could all just play here?
I think that's one of the coolest things about this team is you do have a lot of local guys from a lot of different backgrounds.
For the guys that are from here, you know, we're building something special.
The food, the people, the music, which is deeply tied to what we're doing here as well with the Chicago House.
You can't ever go wrong with Chicago when it comes to vibes.
It's come full circle with CJ and the guys that I grew up playing with. It's simply the best.
This is Chicago House. This is Chicago House. This is Chicago House.
Back inside SeatGeek Stadium, just south of Chicago. We're looking at the numbers through the first 45 minutes of play, and it's nice to see the 7 shots released by Chicago House.
Yeah, that's the thing that sticks out about this stat sheet right here is the shot, 7-2. It's important. You don't shoot, you don't score. And 3 shots on frames, that's a pretty good percentage right there. So, and limiting 1904 shots as well, it's been pretty good for Chicago. So they're going to continue to try to come out the second half and do exactly what they did in the first half, which is shoot, get some shots on frame, and 1904 is going to come out and try to get on the forefront. They're going to try to attack because they need to go. They need to go.
Of course, the halftime stats presented by Nike. A couple of yellow cards, but not too physical, as that match did get physical last week on the road by all reports. But you've been in a locker room with C.J. Brown. You've been in a lot of different locker rooms. Would the message be, coming from Chicago House's perspective right now, we scored that early goal. We're at home. We should win this game tonight.
That is definitely the mindset. I think ultimately the goal is to win this game. And if I'm CJ, if I'm the coach, I'm telling them that keeping them off of the board, keeping them off of the scoreboard. I think it's important to keep the shutout. It's a pride thing. It was a pride thing for me as a defender when I was playing in the defense. So that's what I would be telling Chicago. And then also, we got to finish more opportunities. We have them. Let's put the ball in the back of the net.
Beautiful October night in the Chicagoland area as we turn our attention to the keys to the match and revisit the keys that you went over in the first half.
I think Chicago did a great job of playing soccer, right? They passed the ball extremely well, and not just side to side, but balls into Woj's feet, balls in through balls out wide to Huffman and Kozelik, and they really work well for Chicago. And Woj, Cero, have been great this first half. We'll probably once again see some more come in, and what a dynamic person and player to come off the bench for your team in the second half. And then your mindset. Once again, I said it's important that the mindset is in the right place. Can they finish this game? Can Chicago finish this game? It's going to be a long half because 1904 is not going to give up, and they really want to win. So can Chicago do what it needs to do to win this game?
You know, it's a frustrated San Diego side. They showed some positives in that opening half. They can play some soccer, and they want to turn around their season just like Chicago House did 2 matches ago as his captain, Ozzy Ramos, talking to the man in the middle.
But one thing is going to be key for 1904 this second half is to keep in possession and switching the field of play. When they did that, when they stuck to those things, they have success. Getting the ball out wide, did his thing, cut inside, and once again, the more he finds the ball, the more dangerous 1904 is. And also, Camparelli on this left-hand side has gotten up the left flank and put some good crosses in. So 1904 is still in this game. So Chicago better be ready.
They had to learn how to deal with Chicago House's press in that first half. Do you think Chicago House will continue to press as much here in the second half?
I would probably say they would. I think at some point in time, the mindset as it gets later on in the half is, all right, let's sit back a little bit. We want to protect this lead, but right now the game is still fresh. It's still relatively early, so I think they're going to keep that high press going.
Chicago House wearing their home white shirts. Part of a special program called My Block, My Hood, My City. Doing tremendous work in the community.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with My Block, My Hood, My City, it's a great program. The founder has a great story. If you look him up, he grew up in Chicago and played basketball, and just a phenomenal young guy. So definitely check out My Block, My Hood, My City, and see what they stand for. And I know you'll be happy about it.
To have the mentality, what can I do for others? Kickoff sponsored by Weiss Memorial Hospital, your Chicago Center for Orthopedics. Remember, it just took about a minute for Chicago House to score in the opening half, so everybody has to be turned on and alert to start this second.
Looks like 1904 is coming out, sitting in just a little bit, trying to not let Chicago play through them.
There's Huffman, keeps the ball in play. Mateo Kidd, little exchange with Louis Bennett. There's Drew Connor. Bowie just slipped a little bit, so that pass didn't connect. C.J. Brown's keys to the game are to stay disciplined, play our game, and be consistent. So far, so good. Getting a little space there, knifing the cross through.
It's like that Eddie Benito getting behind the back line. It's like he beat Sulia in a little bit of a foot race there, so it might be another matchup we need to watch the second half.
Dallin Cutler, he's also the assistant coach. Number 6 here for 1904 FC. Play a couple of different positions as well. Talk about a versatile guy. Maybe he can jump into the commentary booth from time to time as well, Dason.
Hey, he's got the ability, he's got the ability. We don't want to put him in a box, Dan.
Getting a little comfort with the ball here to begin the second half, the visitors find themselves trailing 1-0.
Once again, Chicago playing a pretty high line, trying to catch 1904's forwards and midfielders offsides, but if 1904 is able to time those runs the right way, they can definitely beat this high line.
Intercepted by Ramos. San Diego trying to fight their way into the penalty area. Cutler, easy claim for Novotny.
It's tough. Good interception in the midfield by Ramos, and good switch of play by Des Dunes. Definitely needed a little bit better cross there, but positive stuff from 1904.
Caparelli plays away from the congestion. Chance of this is our house, is Chicago House, seeking their first ever home win in their first ever season.
I think to beat this high line, it's going to take a deep run from maybe one of the midfielders, maybe number 8 Sam Gomez from 1904, or number 13 Ryan Peterson, who just subbed in at halftime.
Zelic tossing it in. This is Mateo Kidd. Say Mateo Kidd's a big St. Louis Cardinal fan. Drew Connor teased him about it. He had to be in tears watching the Los Angeles Dodgers end his beloved baseball team season.
Yeah, you know the home teams mean a lot to us. So I'm from Cleveland, so we have a new team name, the Cleveland Guardians, and we didn't have the greatest year this year, but hey, the White Sox won the Central, so I guess that's okay.
Must have had mixed emotions back when the Cubs won the World Series. I never thought about that.
Yeah, well, we'll leave that one in 2016.
Here comes San Diego now, looking to attack. Prentice is out wide. Chicago House reclaims. There's Mateo Kidd. Gives to Drew Connor. Connor goes down. Gets right back up and looks okay for Chicago House. And the foul is called.
And a tad bit chippy out there. The last 20 or 30 seconds, it's been some hits after a pass has been made or after a play has been made. So something that we need to continue to watch for as the half continues to go.
There's Benito trying to make the turn, but two House defenders right over his shoulder.
I think if 1904 plays a little bit quicker, looks like they're kind of dwelling on the ball just a little bit too much. If they play 1, 2, and 3 touch, I think they'll have the success that they're looking for. But right now, I think they're just taking too many touches, and that's what's allowing Chicago to get back in position and getting passing lanes and break things up.
Nice little spell of possession here for the home side. There's Anthony Bowie out wide. Mateo Kidd taken down outside the penalty area. And a yellow card shown.
Sam Strong brings him down. How do I feel about that? I know you didn't ask, Dan, but how do I feel about that? He did what was right in terms of preventing a goal scoring opportunity, preventing a shot. But, you know, let's see what Louis Bennett does right here.
Showing he's got the capability of putting it into the back of the net from well outside of the penalty area. There's confirmation of that yellow card on Sam Strong, awaiting the free kick here for Chicago House.
This is a great spot right here.
Louis Bennett doesn't get it through.
Not entirely sure what the ref called there. I don't know if it was offsides or handball, but 1904 is back in possession.
I believe offside, but we move into the 55th minute. Chicago House protecting the 1-0 lead. There's Benito out wide for San Diego.
He's got to get a shot off there.
Those Days Dunes just took a little too much time. Now it's Louis Bennett ready to counter, looking for his options. Ian Cerro lately has been a good one for Chicago House. Mateo Kidd trying to calm that ball down. Drew Connor navigates to Cerro, takes a deflection, but not a problem for Derek Huffman. Approaching the penalty area, and he just pushes his man down. You can see that foul coming.
Yeah, Chicago's got to get some crosses into Woj.
Now looking to get free the other end, but it's calmed down by Abador and Chicago House.
They worked last week with Bowie and obviously in the first half with Kozelik and get some crosses, and Bowie getting some crosses in the first half. So they got to get some crosses into the box and find Woj. And he's got to get his head on the ball, and right now he needs that service.
Earlier in the year, he popped in a few goals. And he was at times a little frustrated not getting the service. Then they moved to the two-man forward setup, and he was getting service, but then becoming frustrated with himself because he wasn't finishing. But it was so nice to see him with that wicked little back heel finish last weekend.
Yeah, nice little flick right there from Woj last week.
Now Chicago House attacking with speed. Started with Mateo Kidd now. Huffman, a little stumble, forced to slow things up in the midfield. For the latest league news and standings in the NISA fall season, log on to nisasoccer.com.
Great ball.
Huffman hoofing after that. Keeps it on the grass. Mateo Kidd, Kozelik. Just couldn't unleash the shot.
The key for Chicago is teamwork. Teamwork and teamwork. Not trying to beat a guy one-on-one, dwelling on the ball too much. It's a combination play, getting the ball out wide, getting crosses in. And you can see how dangerous they are.
Kozelik, Mateo Kidd splashes it into the middle. There is Louis Bennett. Nestled next to him, Drew Connor. Wojcik trying to make the turn.
Corner.
That's out off of Caparelli. That's not a corner?
Not a corner. Not a corner. Must have took a deflection. The referee was pretty confident in his whistle there.
Yeah, not a lot of protest as well. Say though, it's been a well officiated match. Haven't noticed him.
I would agree. I would agree. He's made some calls that probably both teams aren't going to agree with, but ultimately I think he's had a pretty solid game.
Approaching the hour mark here, Bridgeview, Illinois. Chicago House looking for that second goal. Drew Connor fights after, and Mateo Kidd fires it off the post. So close, not done yet. Mateo Kidd docks it back for Kozelik. Louis Bennett.
Good ball.
Takes a deflection, but the keeper, Alfredo Cortez, keeps his eye on that ball and secures it.
Wow, good action from Chicago. Good hit by Mateo Kidd off the post. 1904 might argue that may have been a foul on Drew Connor, but nevertheless, Couple opportunities for Chicago right there.
Ramos settles things down for San Diego. Benito gets ahead to it.
I'm glad to see Chicago not just sitting in and trying to protect the lead from the standpoint of let's set up this blockade here and let's really protect this 1-0 lead. No, they're going for it. They're going for it. They're going for it. And once again, like I said, the key is teamwork. The key is possession and side to side and getting the ball out wide. And as you can see, they are getting chances in the second half. And at some point in time, they will have to, once again, put another one in the back of the net to put a little bit more distance between them and 1904.
We've talked about it. It's apparent C.J. Brown wants to play soccer. He doesn't want to play kickball, wants to play that attractive brand of soccer that also he thinks in the future can attract quality players that want to play for that type of soccer.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, any player who wants to play at one of the top clubs in the world, any top club in the world, you know, you look at the coach, you look at the club, you look at the style of play. Do I fit in? You think about those things.
And he does. He's a technical director as well.
Yeah.
It's been a rather routine night for the goalkeeper, Michael Novotny. Too many times earlier in the season, he had to be the man of the match for Chicago House. Little spin from Des Dunes. Prentice puts it out wide. Des Dunes across. Will be a goal kick for Chicago House.
Promising though from 1904. Definitely promising. Once again, their keys is very similar to Chicago's, possession and getting the ball out wide. Peterson's come in and he's exuding a lot of energy out there, pressuring the ball, running fast, running hard. So that's good for 1904. They just can't get out of sync trying to push so much, trying to get on the board. They just need to stick with what they know and stick with what works for them.
And even besides getting the positive result and the 3 points tonight in the first ever home win for Chicago House, this is a team still finding their confidence goal scoring wise, and with Maryland upcoming a road match and then Charlotte at home, it would be nice to see that trend continue and that confidence continue to swell.
Well, that's how one of the ways you become a good team is you're able to get those multiple victories in a row, 2, 3, or I would say win streaks or streaks where you don't lose. 2 wins and a tie, 3 wins, 2 ties, things like that.
Here's Drew Connor, left foots it in. Wojcik was closest, but well done by Cortez to get to it first. And remember, wasn't that long ago, about a month ago, that this team wasn't just not getting results. They were losing games. There was a stretch of 7 games where they had dropped 5. So it's nice to reverse that trend here.
Yeah, the second half of the season, or toward the end of the season, they're definitely looking to get back on the right foot. And CJ said it. He said he thinks part of the thing that is helping them trend up is that they just spent more time together. They spent more time together. They know each other. They know how each other plays, and that's big for teams,
especially a first-year team.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Louis Bennett through the seams. Mateo Kidd, Derek Huffman. Cross is coming. A little behind. Chicago House will catch up to it. Mateo Kidd on the ball. In pursuit is Des Dunes. A good steal from the young 20-year-old. Then he draws a foul. It's been a frequent occurrence tonight, Des Dunes drawing fouls. Or at least contact. Drew Connor looked like he might have been fouled there. The whistle stays silent. It stayed silent when he did something similar minutes ago as it's whipped in. Looking for the equalizer here in the 65th minute. 1904 FC. Probing outside the penalty area. The cross comes through. Ooh, just knocked wide. Prentice there with the last touch.
Great ball.
So Christian Snyder replaces Prentice for San Diego.
Once again, good action by 1904. As I mentioned, stick with what's working. Getting the ball out wide, getting crosses in. I think that was Caparelli or Cutler with the cross. They're not too far away. They're not too far away. So Chicago's got to recognize the overlaps on this left-hand side with Des Dunes and Caparelli.
Haven't seen many long balls tonight from San Diego like that.
But I think as you talked about earlier, Dan, this being a young league and with young players, these are the things that they learn. They have to learn how to win these games and how to come back in games. And the maturity of a player, part of the maturity of a player, is just figuring things out. 1904 is figuring it out right now that if they stick with what they know in terms of what the coach has told them to do or what's working out on the field, I think they'll have success. But if they try to focus on doing their own thing, I'm not sure it's going to work out for them.
Des Dunes. His pass was cut down by Mateo Kidd. Louis Bennett keeps it on the deck. Strolling forward here is Wojcik. Exploring his options. Calmly, pass back by Kozelik. Abador finding Mateo Kidd.
Seen a lot of guys slipping. I'm not sure if that's because of the studs that they have or
for both teams. Ciro spins it out wide. There's Drew Connor. Well, keeping the ball away from the visitors here, nursing this 1-0 lead. Just looking for that opening. Maybe they can make it a 2-0 advantage. Wojcik into the penalty area. Comes down for San Diego, and they safely kick it out. Huffman bodies his man down there, and that's detected by the man in the middle. Well, a reminder, Chicago houses AC's next home match is on Wednesday, October 20th, 7:30 p.m. against Chattanooga FC. You can still purchase single match tickets, group tickets, or season tickets for our remaining home matches during the 2021 NISA fall season. Visit our website at chicagohouseac.com/tickets to buy yours now. Drew Connor leads the attack. Huffman keeps it on the ground. Chicago House the cross, and that may have caught the hand of Cortez. The cards keep coming out.
Oh, wow. Good chance by Ciro there with his right foot once again. Looks like we have a red card. And I think that was the second. There's the second.
On cue, Musa Morris now will enter the match with a little more room on the field. The referee surrounded by San Diego players still.
I think they may be arguing that they played advantage, right? And they kept going and they got an opportunity. But I would liken it to if there's a foul at midfield and the referee plays advantage and they still get a cross on or get an opportunity, and then the play is stopped and the ref comes back and gives the player a yellow card. So that's what I would liken it to. Obviously, you know, the ball did touch his hand. Obviously he's not happy about it, neither is 1904, but the referee has made his decision. And now, what an opportunity for Chicago. Up a man, Musa Morris coming in the game for Derek Huffman. I won't say it's on a platter for them, but the opportunity is there for them to definitely get another goal and bring home another victory.
Yeah, it's getting close to being put on a platter for them, you can maybe say.
The referee has a rookie's hook booking and issued a red card on 1904 FC's number 24.
So Morris replaces Derek Huffman for Chicago House. 2 substitutions utilized so far by C.J. Brown in Chicago. Safely played out by the House with this 1-0 lead late. Moving into the 72nd minute. Home supporters have been treated to much better performances recently from Chicago House here at home. Question is tonight, can they secure their first ever home win? Des Dunes trying to cause some havoc, and the 20-year-old does, takes it away. Spreads that ball around, dropped into the penalty area, and it's knocked right at the keeper off the head of Gomez. Michael Novotny was ready.
So the big part of this game, or the big part of the rest of this game, is psychological, it's mental. Will Chicago press? Will they keep going? How will 1904 react? Are they going to sit in, or are they going to say, you know, go for broke and go for it?
Bennett draws the foul. Play the advantage. Drew Connor looks behind to make sure Louis Bennett is getting up. Chicago House keeps possession. Dropped into the penalty area with eyes there for Wojcik, but it's cut down by San Diego. Musa Morris gets it back. Mateo Kidd. Kozelik. That cross right back to San Diego. Things getting a little physical here.
Yeah, 1904's got a bit of fight in them.
Trying to avoid their second consecutive defeat at the hands of Chicago House. Nice work by Sulia. Leads to Musa Morris marching in. Musa Morris the shot, and Cortez gets a little help from his teammates to keep that ball out.
Another great opportunity for Chicago. Great through ball by Woj right there. Just touches it around the keeper. Just needs to hit it a little bit harder. McCullough gets back and does his job. The assistant coach. He knows what to do.
Yep. Very calm. Here comes Chicago House again. Drew Connor looking to step into one or float it over to Mateo Kidd, but instead it's broken up by San Diego. Bursting forward with some energy, led by Schneider. Desdunes. Yellow card coming out.
Bit of a professional foul by Walsh.
Major League Soccer used to instruct broadcasters to say that's a tactical foul, not a professional foul, because you don't want to encourage kids to play that way all the time, I guess.
It's not professional, I'm sorry. It's more tactical, yes. Yes, tactical foul by Walsh.
But we get what you're saying. Yeah. Ramos standing behind the ball right now for San Diego.
Good ball.
Left foots it in. Picking up the pieces there is Benito as he hammers it over the crossbar.
That was not too far off. Good hit by Benito. Got his body behind it and around it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has made bookings for booking and issued a yellow card caution on the Chicago House at number 9. With cheat at the 75th minute of play.
Third and final substitution on the way here for Chicago. Sorry, they still have one more. Drew Connor, good shift tonight. 76 minutes strong. On comes Michael Kafari. Should be a quality team win if the scoreline holds.
Nazim Bartman has entered the game and looking to make an impact right away. Kafari's entered to settle things down and a little bit more for Chicago as they are looking to kind of close this out in the last 13 to 14 minutes.
Also entering the match to the house, number 12, Michael Kafari. Leaving the match, number 8, Drew Connor.
Here's Kafari dragging that ball into the midfield. Trying to avoid those costly turnovers that could lead to a quick counter. Novotny out, taking the initiative.
Not quite a souvenir as it is in baseball.
About 20 rows up.
Novotny, yeah, he launched that one.
Kozelic,
great turn by Walsh.
Does well to keep the possession. Nazim Bartman scurries forward. Bartman approaching goal. Bartman shooting. Ooh. Didn't miss by much.
Great ball, great turn by Walsh, great ball to him.
Well, do you want to represent the house? Then head over to our website at shopchicagohouseac.com to find the latest t-shirts, hats, jackets, and more from your beloved Chicago House AC. And stock up today, especially with the holidays rapidly approaching. Chicago House keeps possession and keeps it moving forward here. Christian Snyder off the bench this evening for San Diego. Offside flag coming up. Looking for Ryan Peterson there.
I think 1904 would have liked to see more of those, right? That's maybe one of the first offside calls this second half, and you know, up to this point, really hasn't shown. 1904 hasn't really shown that they've been trying to get behind this Chicago back line.
A little time wasting here from Chicago House, getting the attention from the referee, I believe. Musa Morris. A lot of fight though from San Diego. This is Gomez. Bartman right behind him. Christian Snyder. Trying to play that long ball. Abador back for Chicago House. This is Kozelik. Unable to find Bartman. Musa Morris. Rumbling forward. Cerro to his right now has it, returning to Morris. The captain helps recover possession. Ramos at San Diego. Played a little more direct here late and down by one. The visitors, San Diego, searching for that first goal of the night to equalize things. Gomez. The offside flag coming up. They've had their chances, Chicago, tonight to make it 2-0, but it's been stuck on this score line for about 79 minutes as they struck just a minute into this game.
For San Diego 1904 FC, entering the match number 19.
So Shannon Wright on now for San Diego, replacing Benito.
Yeah, definitely a foul.
And a card. And it got physical last Saturday night in San Diego, and it's getting physical in Chicago. Fired up Louis Bennett. Things have calmed down. Ready to play soccer again. Cerro behind the ball for Chicago House here in the 84th minute. Scooping it in and out of range. Chicago looking to pick up points in 3 straight matches for the first time in their brief history, and also their first ever home victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has made booking.
Bartman, Wojcik into the area. Out to make the save there was Cortez. Cuts down Wojcik.
Yeah, timing was off just a little bit. Wojcik received a little bit of pressure from behind. Wasn't ready for it, didn't see it coming, and keeper was able to make the save. So 1904 still in it. They're still in it, even though they're down a man.
There's Wojcik from distance, right at the keeper. But yeah, they continue to hang around.
Yeah, I'd probably say it's about 7 to 10 minutes left including stoppage time. And 1904 is going to get another chance or two. That's just the way it goes a lot of times. So Chicago cannot afford to fall asleep, and they also can't afford to keep missing chances, right?
A reminder, San Diego playing down a man. Calm, clever play by Wojcik allows his team to keep it. Kozelik has had a solid shift tonight, number 7. Nazim Bartman, a little room now to go forward.
Slip him.
Bartman slips the pass through. Musa Morris slips the shot wide. That second goal is coming for Musa Morris. Twice tonight, he's come awfully close.
Chicago's getting behind their back line. Nice little slip by Bartman. Musa Morris just is off just a little bit with his angles, but it's good that he's getting behind the line, and Chicago's got to keep pressing.
Things opening up here for San Diego. Snyder, that's off of Kozelik. A few shouts for a handball. Chicago House ready to counter. Musa Morris spreads it around to Cerro.
And Chicago just needs to keep the ball. Keep the ball moving. 1, 2, 3 touches. They'll be just fine. The opportunities will present themselves, but they don't need to go every time. They're winning as well, so they just need to keep it side to side.
Bennett was pressed calmly on for Kafari. Little exchange with Bartman. Wojcik knocks it down for Musa Morris. Musa Morris trudging towards that goal. Wojcik, Bartman makes the turn. Bartman the shot, and it's blocked. Kafari comes in and launches a rocket high and wide.
Looks like it was a corner.
So helped high and wide.
Bartman has done a good job since coming in. I think this last play, obviously as we see Kafari attempted a long distance left-footed shot. Bartman just slips it first time across to Musa Morris with the left foot. He's in. I think he just decided that he wanted to go with his right foot. So
Louis Bennett keeps it low. Cerro creates some room. The cross comes in. That's dealt with well by San Diego. As they're pinned back in their defensive third, trying to escape.
A bit of a counter from 1904.
Ramos in pursuit is Wojcik.
Once again, just dwelling on the ball too long. I know he can maintain possession, but it's just taking too long. They got to go. They're down. 88th minute, 89th minute.
There's number 14, one of their danger men, Days Dunes. Bowie rising up, helping that ball forward for Chicago House. Wojtek Wojcik. Just playing a game of keep away here and stalling and making sure the possession is maintained by Chicago. This is Bartman. He's had a little spark around the goal. Is that Louis Bennett? Can't see who that is down on the pitch for Chicago House. It's not Louis Bennett. I see him in the midfield. It's played out. Now a check on the fallen, still down Chicago House player.
Substitutions for the Chicago House at the 90th minute of play. Entering the match, number 88, So is Kim. Leaving the match, number 30, Ian Serro.
So So-In Kim in for Ian Serro.
For the House, number 6, Andrew Rivera. Leaving the match, number 27.
So Ribeiro replaces Anthony Bowie as well.
Ribeiro, another defender, coming in. CJ Brown is trying to secure this victory. Fresh legs as well. Cerro coming out, looks like he got a bit of a knock there. But right now, they don't need a goal, Chicago. They need to maintain this 0 that's on the scoreboard, and they need to do everything in their power to do so.
So now a much more defensive posture, and 11 on the field for Chicago House for these closing minutes. 4 minutes of extra time.
Four minutes.
1904's got to go. They got to go.
You see Kim now go down. Another player slipping on the surface. Make that 2. San Diego, they're going now. Running out of time, looking for the equalizer. Trying to get some service into that box.
Good ball.
Snyder was closest. Knocked away by Chicago House.
Oh, great touch.
It was Wojcik, the touch for Bartman. Bartman clutching that left leg, staying down. Now the keeper starting to get forward. Cortez as well for San Diego a bit.
They got to push. They got to push. They cannot delay. They're trying to be calculated, but they got to go. Go. Let's put the ball in the box.
Cutler. Kafari, or a handful to deal with for Cutler.
Put the ball in the box. Put the ball in the box. Dan, I got to put the ball in the box.
Finally, the right direction for San Diego. Abador, elevators up to get to that ball. Here's Wojcik. Uses that touch and frame to protect the ball and keep it here in the late minutes. It absorbs the foul.
Yeah, he'll be down for a little bit. He got hit.
The nervy final minutes for Chicago House. Looking for their 3rd straight match with a positive result in their first ever home win. Taking the slow jog to this throw in. Kozelik. Here's Wojcik protecting the ball. Drops to Kafari, who will swing it across. Louis Bennett. The final minute here probably. Chicago House, Louis Bennett.
Just need to go to the corner. Well done. Well done, like him.
Kim gets the cross through and almost bungled by the back line.
Sulia's down.
Driven forward by Kozelik. Coming down to the final seconds now.
Oh, here it is.
Turnover. Chicago House trying to secure the deal. They point to the spot. It's been a night of cards. And now a chance for a little nightcap on this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has made a booking, switch booking, and issued a yellow card caution on San Diego's number 19, Shannon Wright, and not be a minute of play.
Musa Morris for Chicago House. Musa Morris, it's stopped. But that's the final whistle, October 9th, 2021, a special date. It marks the first time Chicago House has ever secured a home victory in their inaugural season.
Congrats to Chicago House for their first ever home victory. Total team effort tonight. Defending was there, the passing was there. Put the ball in the back of the net. They did a great job tonight, and 2 wins in a row. I know that feeling's got to be great. I've been there before. And it's a wonderful feeling to win 2 straight and obviously win at home as well.
Yeah, especially after they endured their struggles earlier this season. Now 3 straight matches with the result. Started with the draw, now 2 consecutive wins versus San Diego. It's the guys on the field have a chance to celebrate and smile together as this team continues to grow. Once again, that's the final. Chicago House AC 1 over San Diego 1904 FC. We'll come back and celebrate this one a little bit more.
We know the thrill of pushing your body to that ultimate high.
And we understand how injury brings the most painful low.
Whether you suffer a tear, a sprain, a break, or the effects of time.
The sports medicine team at Weiss Memorial Hospital gets you moving again.
We treat Olympic, professional, and amateur athletes, student athletes, and everyday people seeking active lives.
Our expert physicians and nurses diagnose your problem and provide state-of-the-art, non-surgical, and surgical treatment.
Physical therapists and rehabilitation experts guide your body back to the motion you want and need.
There's no injury too big
or too small,
because when it's your body,
your passion,
your mission to get back to doing what you love,
the sports medicine team at Weiss Memorial Hospital will get you there.
You've got enough things to worry about. Snooze the notifications. From the award-winning makers of The Little Dreamer. Introducing Snooze, the bed-in-a-box mattress for the whole family, so you can snooze like a baby. Only from Moonlight.
I'm Dan Kelly alongside Dason Robinson and some exuberant Chicago House fans celebrating the victory. We go back and look at the difference makers of the match, beginning with the save of the match, and it was from the visiting side, a guy who was under heavy fire tonight, Cortez. It's a nice stop.
Yeah, that was a tough one because a little bit of miscommunication with his defense. It was like a little bit of a deflection, and he was still able to come up with that save. So well done by Cortez.
Man of the match, our physical therapy and balance centers. And of course, it was Ian Cerro, number 30. He has had a drastic effect on this team, and it continued again tonight, scoring that goal just a minute in.
Yeah, early on he was finding the ball quite a bit, and he has an uncanny ability to slip some quality passes in. But this time he received a pass from Derek Huffman and got on the end of it. The crosses were once again working well for Chicago tonight, as it did in the first game against 1904. And Cerro got on the end of it, and 1-0 is the result.
Check out those post-match highlights presented by Chicago Center for Orthopedics at Weiss Memorial Hospital. Those are some good highlights to see as well. Friends and family and supporters. A lot of smiles and hugs.
Gotta love those. Once again, Cyril getting on the end of a great cross by Huffman, and you know, everybody's excited about scoring. Everybody's excited about scoring early on as well. Getting on the board at the first 2 minutes of the game.
Has to be almost a shell-shocking experience for San Diego. They lose 2-0 to Chicago last week at home, and then they're down by a goal just a minute in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you don't expect that at all, but unfortunately that was the result that came in the first couple of minutes.
That was the best chance of the first half of San Diego, probably.
Yeah, they definitely had some chances. They were definitely in this game for sure. They definitely played a solid game tonight overall. I think they didn't play bad. I think ultimately Chicago was the better team in my opinion. As you can see with the chances there, I think Taylor Kidd off the post. And obviously Cortez making a great save right there. So 1904 had some chances tonight. Musa Morris came in and had some opportunities to push Chicago up a little bit more, but was unable to capitalize. And Bartman was also another exciting player coming off the bench. So I think it was a good effort, good showing out for Chicago tonight. And 1904 also put out a quality shift, but at the end of the day, Chicago came out on top.
Yes, they did. A quality victory in a match they probably could have scored more than one goal, including a penalty stop right before the final whistle, but they'll take it. Final 3 points. The hugs and smiles continue for our crew and my partner. I'm Dan Kelly. For my partner, Dason Robinson. Chicago House. Upcoming home match. Next time we'll see them October 20th when they host Chattanooga FC. They go on the road, face Maryland next weekend. And there you see the congested schedule. You've got Chattanooga and Maryland back-to-back there, 20th and 23rd. That's where we'll probably see some squad rotation and some different minutes sprinkled around.
Yeah, it's going to be good to get some guys in who may not gotten as many minutes as they have in the past. But once again, when your number is called, it's time to show up. It's time to do your job.
Second time's the charm. You're Dason Robinson. I'm Dan Kelly. Thanks to our crew. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy Chicago House soccer in the future. Until then, good night from SeatGeek Stadium.
This Chicago House Athletic Club broadcast is brought to you by the Chicago Center for Orthopedics at Weiss Memorial Hospital, by Nike Soccer, by Physical Therapy and Balance, and by Eat Clean Chicago.
This is Chicago House. This is Chicago House. This is Chicago House.
We know the thrill of pushing your body to that ultimate high.
And we understand how injury brings the most painful low.
Whether you suffer a tear, a sprain, a break, or the effects of time.
The sports medicine team at Weiss Memorial Hospital gets you moving again.
We treat Olympic, professional, and amateur athletes, student athletes, and everyday people seeking active lives.
Our expert physicians and nurses diagnose your problem and provide state-of-the-art, non-surgical, and surgical treatment.
Physical therapists and rehabilitation experts guide your body back to the motion you want and need.
There's no injury too big
or too small,
because when it's your body,
your passion,
your mission to get back to doing what you love,
the sports medicine team at Weiss Memorial Hospital will get you there.
I think what makes championship teams are those the core players that can work. Being in Chicago, it's not hard to find those guys.
Just a bunch of familiar names, and we're going to try and build a core. We're going to show people what Chicago is about.
It's always been that thing like, oh, what could it be if we could all just play here?
I think that's one of the coolest things about this team is you do have a lot of local guys from a lot of different backgrounds.
For the guys that are from here, you know, we're building something special.
The food, the people, the music, which is deeply tied to what we're doing here as well with the Chicago House.
You can't ever go wrong with Chicago when it comes to vibes.
It's come full circle with CJ and the guys that I grew up playing with.